Ece Sükan'la Stil Sanat Seyahat programımızdan herkese merhaba. Bu hafta da yine dop dolu stil, sanat ve seyahat içeriklerimizle karşınızdayız. Öncelikle Bodrum'a uzanıyoruz. Bodrum'un yeni gözde otellerinden birinde gerçekleşen Art Weekend'e konuk olduk. Küratör Zeynep Utku'nun ev sahipliğinde gerçekleşen bu sanatla dolu hafta sonunda birbirinden ünlü sanatçılar, galericiler, küratörler ve uluslararası basın mensupları bir araya geldi. Mekana özel muazzam yerleştirmesiyle ünlü Fransız sanatçı Bernar Venet ve Refik Anadolu'la bakalım biz neler konuştuk. Welcome, Monsieur Venet.
Thank you. It's a pleasure.
It's a great pleasure for me, as I'm one of your huge fans. So it's a great pleasure for me to be with you here, and to be able to talk to you about your amazing career and work. So let me start. So you have been recognized as one of the greatest central figure of the international art scene, and for long. And also you are widely cited as France's greatest living sculptor. So how did this amazing career evolve? Or let me put it in these words, how did this passion to create started with you?
Yeah, it's a long process, you know, when you start and you are 11 years old, and you decide that, yes, you are going to be an artist. I was totally convinced when I was 11, 12, that I was already exhibiting at the age of 12 in Paris.
Really?
My painting, although I was living in a small village, which is totally not even on the map of France, because it's so small, you know, where the word art did not even exist. So, but some people look at my work and they invited me to show it in Paris. But very early, I started to paint first, of course.
Were they paintings or drawings?
No, but you don't start by being a sculptor. Being a sculptor is a different thing. Yeah. You have to visualize in 3 dimensions. Mm-hmm. You have it's a process which is more complex than painting. Painting, you just have 2 dimensions. You copy things. You copy the work of other artists. When you are a kid, you know, you copy the Impressionists and so on. Then you discover that there are artists who are more modern. And for me, I was always attracted by those paintings which were, you know, evolving in the 20th century with Matisse, with Mondrian, with Kandinsky, after Picasso, of course. And I was so surprised to see that it was possible to paint like this, you know. Normally, a painting is supposed to represent something that you see in life. But this is what was attracting me. Creation, that was the word, you know, creation. So I went on, copied the artists, and at the age of 19, I was already making works which are today exhibited in, even before. I will have a show this fall in China, a huge exhibition on 10,000 square meters in Beijing. Wow. And my work when I was 18 will be exhibited already.
Wow. Yeah. So you have been attracted to conceptual art from very early age. You could differentiate maybe the conceptual art, as you said, the artists, and then how they can do this. So can you define your art as, or do you want to define your art, or do you define your art as minimal and conceptual?
Okay, when you talk about conceptual art, it's not that there was a context of conceptual art and I jumped into it. No, I was before everybody doing conceptual art. Conceptual art is about using language and refusing anything which is formal, like meaning shape, colors, composition. You know, instead of that, you reject everything. You reject all art history. And you use language to come with a new definition. And that, with an artist, a Japanese artist called On Kawara, we were the 2 first to do that. So before the Americans, anyway. So my work is very complex because it evolved over so many years, 60 years, you know, of activity. But there is always something permanent. And I don't want to be too theoretical, but it has to do with an art that has nothing to do with what is outside. No representation, no feeling even, no expression of whatever, love, misery or whatever. No. What you see is really what it's about. But what you see is raising questions about the nature of art. Before what you do as an artist, a good artist, okay, you are doing something and you are thinking, you are conceiving, you conceive things which were never thought in the whole history of humanity. It's not easy, I tell you, to come with something and people say, come on, no, Bernar.
Yeah.
It's very nice. I loved what you were doing when you were 15, but what you are doing now is not art. And it's because it doesn't look like art, but it is eventually going to be art, you see. So all my life I've been trying to go beyond what the others had been thinking, what I had been thinking, and constantly challenging my positions. And I went from using tar or charcoal, using photography at the time of conceptual art, and also using painting after a while, and then reliefs in wood, and then metal sculptures as we have on the back of us. But today I'm challenging this, and now as much as I could in the last 10 years make the biggest sculptures in the world, like the one in Belgium is 60 meters and 75 meters, as much as I could do that, today I am doing generative art, meaning an art which is totally dematerialized. You see, it's only on a screen, and it never existed before. It comes on the streets and it disappears.
Wow.
It's very special. But you see, I'm just trying constantly to do something interesting.
So you have like a strong relationship with materials, obviously. You say that you don't want to create an emotion, you don't want to create a feeling out of the work, you just want the direct message of it, whatever you see. But how does the material choices came innately? How did they come up? Like, what do they represent something, like the choices of the material? Or it's innate, or it's organic? No,
the material is only a tool to resolve a very specific idea that you have in mind.
Okay.
Tomorrow I could work with plastic, and actually what I'm doing today, I work on painting, first of all. I do a lot of paintings, which are painted by a machine. They are conceived by a machine, by algorithm. AI, then they are painted by a machine. I can even make an exhibition and I don't even go and see my work. That's what I'm going to do in October.
That's amazing.
In art there are two directions. One is expressive, where the artist is expressing his feelings, where he is like Jackson Pollock, Franz Klein, or even Van Gogh and Sutin. They are painting with their stomach, okay? And then there is an art which is rational, like Malevich, very systematic. We make a black square on white, a round on white, a cross on white. It's the mind who is making the art, not like the stomach. And this is the direction that I've always been involved with. And making those very new works now with generative art is totally about that.
Fantastic. Yeah. So I want to ask you also, you live in between New York and south of France?
Not anymore in New York.
Not anymore in New York, only south of France.
Only the south of France.
And you have your foundation there.
I have an art foundation, yes.
Can you tell us about that foundation? It's amazing what you do, all the exhibitions and the work you do there.
Yes, we originally I was not dreaming of making a foundation, because somehow it's a little pretentious to think that you deserve to make a foundation. But it's true that I have been collecting artwork from my friends who happen to be the best artists in the world in the 60s.
Like who?
Like Donald Judd, Carl André, and Motherwell, and
I went to Marfa,
Frank Stella, my very good friend Frank Stella, who passed away recently. So I had many works from these people, and I was not even thinking of making a foundation, but museums from Europe and from America started to come and visit my property because I have my sculptures and I have sculptures from them. So suddenly one day we made a sort of chapel with Frank Stella's big wall reliefs, and that day I decided to open the foundation. So
It happened very organically. Fantastic.
Exactly, yes. We said, okay, let's go for it. And now, now I'm living in a place where I have tourists all around me constantly, you know. And they look at me and they say, look at him. Funny.
I would love to come and see. Yes, we're going to shoot a movie.
Absolutely.
There. We're going to do that.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And I think you'll be coming here a lot because, to visit your perfectly
I want to see it again,
site-specific
for sure.
work, which is amazing. Thank you so much, Bernar, for
pleasure.
making this time for us. And it was really, really pleasure to listen to you and to get inspired from you and to follow your work as always. Thank you so much.
Thanks to you. Thank you very much.
See you at lunch. Let's go to lunch.